I am proud to present my first completed journal for the year of 2025. This is one of my first Archer and Olive journals that I got, I think, mid 2024. But I've been calling this my Hobbity Green journal, and she has held up like a champ. I do think that because of all the things I threw at her, I do believe she has become quite damaged due to the binding kind of letting go of some of the leaves, but she still held up really, really well. And I wanted to show you my very first completed journal here on my channel. Initially, when I started my journaling journey, I wasn't really sure how many months I would be able to fit in this A5 journal. So I just started. Yes, because that's a word. So I decided to start it in my favorite season, autumn. So we are going to do our first completed flip through of this little chunky beauty. I still love the inlay that they have pretty much for all of their journals are gold and just dramatic. I did skip the front page, but maybe we can fill that out together at the end of this video to commemorate this lovely first completed flip through. Oh my gosh. I created this index with full intention to use it, but I remember that none of these pages are actually numbered and I kept forgetting to number them. So therefore, it was never used. The aesthetics for this particular intro to this is one of my favorite. This initially reminds me of The Witcher, how you get all of those little dried herbs and even some very adorable potion bottles. And oh my gosh, I remember coloring this with my Posca markers. That took so long, but it is so beautiful. You know, I'm really glad I did it. I used a lot of those Posca markers all throughout my journal, particularly through October, and it is a bit worn, but you can kind of see favorite quote. And at the time, I started reading the Witcher series, and spoiler alert for reading journal update, The Last Wish is one of my 5-star books, and I'm going to be rereading it very soon in the fall. So the favorite quote I have is actually from that book, and it says, "Lilac and gooseberries, The Witcher, The Last Wish." Oh yeah, I was very inspired by Aaron Smith as always, and if not her, Joshi Koren, to initially give a cash flow chart a try. We do have apps and technology for that, and I just never got around to this because at the time I actually switched my gaming content to journaling content. So therefore my mind, I think, was more focused on creating different content for my YouTube channel. Therefore, I never really got around to filling this out. And here it continues on to the next page. I love these cutouts I made with my Cricut. I should do another updated apothecary theme. Okay, moving on. Yes, I was supposed to get around to making memories as well. Turns out back then and even now, I'm really bad with taking photos and therefore never filled in my memory keeping spreads. It's just something I'm not really emotionally attached to. This theme is so stinking adorable, and I really want to do this again. Not necessarily the memory spread, but the theme. Isn't it cute? You will be seeing things blocked out with this parchment because these are things that are for my personal life and therefore you don't really need to know. But a lot of this will be filled in quite messily. So feel free, if you're nosy, to take a peek. It's funny, I remember setting this up, but unintentionally, it started to fall more towards the Lord of the Rings. And oh my gosh, if we continue on to the next page, I didn't even realize it until looking back at this, that this is Smog. So you have the entire fellowship and then some. And then you have Smog. This month just really tied everything I love to watch in the fall, including Lord of the Rings. I forgot I even had this washi tape, if I'm going to be honest. This is Archer and Olive's fall collection from 2024, and it's beautiful. And these dragon cutouts are so easy to do if you have the Cricut. And of course, you got to throw in a little bit of a gothic cross in here. Wow, October is a very long monthly setup. We have more of this D&D paper. Gotta love our D&D journal. Oh, there's little habits here that I did for the week. You can literally write down what days you did that. So for example, I'm more of a recluse these days. So going out, I was able to keep track of what days, such as Tuesday, Saturday, and Friday. Maybe I'll be adding that into my weeklies from now on. I don't know. We'll see. Yes. We are coming towards the end of October. I remember very clearly because of this fleur-de-lis, just kind of like getting tired, a little too pooped out to color this in because I thought the following thing was going to tie in with more of the white dot grid paper, but still, this is so stinking adorable. Oh my gosh, November. This is the time where I was really overthinking all of my setups, particularly this one. I think it's super duper colorful. I love how there's even a D&D washi tape added to the tabs. This is tab central, by the way. Waterfall tabs and organized tabs as well. This particular video wasn't received very well. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe because a lot of people aren't really into the Gothic Victorian vibe. I'm not really sure. But regardless, oh, here's another memory spread I didn't use. Surprise, surprise. YouTube ideas. This is very faintly dot gridded paper, but I really wasn't leaning into my journal as much as I should have been, which is a shame. Post videos, Pathfinder games. So if you're unfamiliar with Pathfinder, it's a lot like Dungeons and Dragons. I also added some of my favorite game masters. That is a secret. For any of the GMs watching, you know who you are, and I really love the way you run the games, and I see you almost every week, so... This is before I actually started my Pathfinder journal. I started to write down all of my games, but then found out Paizo actually keeps track of all of the games and the GMs. Thank you, GMs. But we definitely need to use this washi tape a lot more because look at how stinking cute it is. So this, oh my gosh, I'm having flashbacks. This particular weekly is the one I used all the time in my very first journal that I ever did, even before changing my content. And it was the most useful I thought was out there, but turns out there are others that work even better and ones that look even cuter than this. But I do enjoy the whole tab feature. Plus, it looks really nice. Oh my gosh, December. I think this is the first month where I really started to take more time into drawing out calendars for all of my YouTube content. Again, I thought I would use more of the memory setup, considering it's Christmas. And I also thought this was a cute idea, and I still do. This is a little present tracker. So you would put the name of your bestie or family member and the gift type you were thinking of and or already got them. Inspired to-dos, which is nice. But I don't think this is really good to have on this Christmas setup. A little dysfunctional, but I can see I was trying to just add something a little bit different, you know? Here's the first weekly for December. I'm just realizing how simple I went with this. Oh, that's right. At Hobby Lobby, they have these packs that you can buy where it has an entire theme already planned out for you. It has cute little stickers and cardstock. See, that's a little hard to see, but there's snowflake stickers, little snowman stickers here and there, like these right here. This takes me back to living in the mountains, but I think December being a stressful month, I decided to go with something a bit more simple. I feel like this was a missed opportunity. I need to get better about taking photos and keeping those memories here. This would have been really cute if this was filled out, but alas, as you can tell, I haven't been using the memory spreads, and I don't think I add that into the monthlies coming up in 2025. Ah. Speaking of 2025, this setup was really fun to do, and the frame is super duper cute. This particular quote has been following me around in life. Have you ever noticed a quote popping up more often than not throughout life, kind of like it's bugging you? Because this was a specific quote that has been doing that to me for years. I love it so much, and it's really been helpful to me because when you switch your content on platforms like YouTube especially, it could be really daunting. So trying to be more brave, trying to come out of my little hermit shell and not be afraid to present new ideas on this channel. So we went back a little bit with the same stickers from the beginning of this journal, which it makes me want to use it again so bad. This is the yearly aspirations or goal list at a glance. Maybe there's a way we can add it to 2026 to where it could be a little more functional. As cute as it is, it wasn't really used all that much. Spark lists are wonderful. I love these so much. And you know what? If I remember correctly, there is one here. Yes, there is one right here that I just did, I think last week. No, week after that. Perfect. One more thing to check off the list. This is something I want to transfer to my new journal for the second half of 2025. I love spark lists because it's literally a brain dump, but there is no specific time for you to technically finish that task, but it's written down. So when you look back, it's like, oh yeah, I still need to do that. Such as a very important task, as you can see, watch Jujutsu Kaisen. Priorities, okay? Looks like this is supposed to be a monthly overview, like a month at a glance, but it's really quite disheveled. And I think I was playing around with different size nibs of pens and decided to just kind of say fluff it, call it good. I don't know why there's D&D tape over here, but I don't know what I was thinking here. January is a very interesting month because I had lost my grandma. I don't know. I just wanted something to commemorate her by, but we'll get into that in a minute. Here is a secret bingo board, which I think is a little bit silly, but also cute at the same time. And I also done goofed where the free space should have been. You always get a free space in the middle, but that's okay. I still got a lot done, surprisingly. Washed the dog beds, which is such a pain. Shop for March themes, did that. Put away Christmas tree. Clean out my office, which is a monthly task. Set up second journal, which we have actually set up 3 journals here on this channel. Go me. And then cook a meal with one of my Twitch mods, which I did. But we didn't go on a picnic. I didn't schedule video recordings apparently for that month. That was cute. This is a letter to myself for future me. Even though I remember what it says, I still want to keep some things a little private, so I will not be reading that to you. This, I believe, was supposed to be a YouTube content calendar at a glance, or maybe a month at a glance. but clearly I didn't use it. So I actually don't think I set up an official YouTube setup. Yeah, I hadn't done that yet in January. So this particular design is found on a lot of dishware like china and things like that. And I had actually inherited that from my grandma. So this theme in particular, gosh, that's beautiful, was dedicated to my grandma. And I'm really happy with how it came out. Very cutesy, a little different, simple. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. I forgot I even had this cardstock. Super marbly, but like gold gilded cardstock. I should go get some more. Really, really pretty. Oh my gosh, February. February is where I really started to discover, you know what? You can do whatever you want with your journal. Oh no, some of the little tassels fell off of the envelope. That's okay. This is where I really started to realize that you can do anything you want with your journal, even have it themed as one of your favorite TV shows. And that for me is Squid Games. This particular month was really, really fun for me. I enjoyed everything about it. Just the little Easter eggs here and there. I can't get enough of it. I've also been debating about creating a workout tracking journal for my health journey, but having it Squid Games themed because Squid Games season 2 came out and season 3, and I still have a soft spot for it. Look at Thanos, how cute. The coffins, of course, and the Squid Games invite. I really like this setup too, this little mini journal and an A5 journal. I'll have to do that again. That's a nice idea for the future. Oh my gosh, March. This is one of my favorite setups. Studio Ghibli has been in my life since I can remember, and I'm really happy that I was able to dedicate my birthday month to Studio Ghibli, not only because it being the best month of the year, but because it's spring. It's when spring is starting, flowers are starting to bloom, and you can really incorporate lots of floral PETs, and that's what Studio Ghibli has a lot of. And food. I don't know how he does it, but Hayao Miyazaki makes food look so delicious. I want more of this dark navy washed out blue dot grid paper. It is beautiful. I want more of it. Archer and Olive, give me more of it, please. Then we have Princess Mononoke. Fantastic movie. And then we went super light and fluffy with Hubert von Gikigen. And then there's Totoro and Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. Definitely one of my favorites. Oh, and then we have another Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. So cute. April is where I really started to get comfortable with journaling and all of these different ideas I had, and started to come out of my little creative hermit shell, I guess you could say. I started to create full spreads for habit trackers, and it's really nice to see it all filled out at the end. Let's see. Oh, yes. Here is the first official YouTube spread. March didn't really have one specifically dedicated for that, but this is specifically all for my ideas and video idea brain dumps for YouTube specifically, and to see how long it would take me to write my scripts and also create the themes in general. So the actual recording process, creating the script, doing the first round of editing, and then the second round after voice recording, and so on and so forth. This made it really nice to be able to just see everything, but still have a cute, cohesive theme around it. The Sailor Moon theme is one of my favorites. It's so cute. I love the lo-fi vibes. Of course, we have Sailor Moon herself, Sailor Mercury. This is such a cute cardstock from Archer and Olive. This layout too is something I'm really in love with. I want to add this soon, maybe November. Ooh, Ooh, maybe September's theme. This is one of my top 5 favorite spreads. Just look at it. It's so beautiful, particularly down here. I was able to find like this satin matte material cardstock at Hobby Lobby. It is just everything. It's so pretty. Something about fiery red and all these cute little pink and purple stickers. I was surprised it went together so well. I do notice I am using this layout a lot, but I think for themes like this, it makes it a little easier on myself, but you're still able to have lots of room to write down everything, which is great for when you get super busy. This is such a cute photo of Sailor Venus. And now we're rolling on to the month of May. After the Sailor Moon theme, I remember being pretty tired and just wanted to make things a little bit easier on myself theme-wise. Here are my habits. Did okay. I don't know what happened on a few of the days, but I mean, it's life. We all go through it. Cherry Blossom theme is always one of my favorite themes. Here is the YouTube setup once again. I think I got some of these washies from Daiso, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, then we leaned into a little more blue with some of the Cherry Blossom theme. I really enjoy this layout. It kind of just gives it more of a organic kind of feel. I really do like that. This one, I don't know how much of a fan I am of this particular layout. This is really quite large. Maybe if it were smaller, that would definitely give me more room for Monday's entries and then Saturday especially. So that's interesting. I didn't like it back then and I don't like it now. Therefore, it wasn't used very much. So something to keep in mind. The last of May. Again, that really open layout. I'm noticing the more open it is, the more likely I am to use it throughout the month and the week. Oh, and we're in our final month for this journal, June. I have some notes for an August theme I set up, I guess. Astronauts and flowers. Who'da thunk it? It is such a cute theme. We have a bit of a tracker here. I was gone for a few days, but I don't have any excuse for not completing this habit tracker. I've noticed when I do have a habit tracker, it does keep me more accountable, whether if it's for cleaning or like eating better or portioning wise. That's always really good. Here is the YouTube schedule setup. A lot of these videos have been made already and posted, so that's good. No spoilers here for you. And then we're just moving straight on into the weeklies. I think in the last few months, particularly April, May, and then June, I started to get a little bit bored of having the same setup. So habit tracker, YouTube schedule, and like the monthly spread. So that's why all of these weeks are really quite different. We have the elongated box technique, which I really, really like. This one, not so much. It seems a bit too busy for me. Moving on to the last week of June. Yeah, this one's cute too. I like having that asymmetry with the stickers, but still leaving lots of space to write. I've learned quite a few things about myself through this, and there are a few more pages here and there. I've taken notes from some of my D&D games. There's a succubus anime sticker. That's actually really cute. We have a 2B sticker. I love that. Oh yes, some coffee reminders. I'm a huge coffee fan, so having the labels for my favorite coffee is definitely a must. Well, if you stuck around to the end of this video, thank you so much in joining me in the very first completed journal here on my channel. I'm really glad I decided to do this video. It really shows me how much I've grown in the past year or so when it comes to journaling content and setting up different themes I'm really proud of myself for taking the steps to make that switch from gaming content to journaling content. It's pretty scary. Again, I'm really glad I did this. I know for a fact I'll be continuing my journaling journey here on YouTube with you. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I will see you in the near future.